everybody. It's the heat of the summer and the garden is kicking out squash at a furious pace. And I'm always looking for new ways to cook these guys. So today, I'm making these delicious sausage and cheese stuffed zucchini boats that everyone's gonna love. So let's get started. I love squash. These little guys right here are so good on the grill or sauteed in a bunch of butter with a little bit of garlic in there. I like to stew these with tomatoes and basil. It's really one of my favorite summertime vegetables. However, if you grow these guys, then you already know that at some point they are going to get out of control and you're going to end up with some big old gonzo squash like this guy. Now, unfortunately for this one, it's gotten a little too big for me to use for anything, so this one's going to have to go out to the critters. However, if you catch them when they're kind of in between, say, like this guy, well, this is a prime candidate for stuffing. So, let's get this thing hollowed out and ready to stuff. First thing I like to do is to find the spot where this thing sits the flattest and rests. That way I know that the bottom half of this is going to rest nicely on the pan. The other half I may have to prop up around the edges with some foil or something, but at least I'll get one good one. So now I'll kind of find the center, pop my knife in there, and we'll roll it up and cut her in half. And then down the other way. And you'll have to forgive my hands today. I got some paint and stuff all over them because I'm painting the house today too. Now we want to hollow out the seeds, and you could use a spoon for this. Works pretty well. I also like to use this ice cream scoop like this. It works really well. We'll get all the seeds out of there. All that soft stuff. And I'll come up into the neck here too. It's actually soft all the way up into here. Scrape that out. That looks pretty good. There we go. Nice. I'm gonna make a couple of fillings here so we can get a nice layered type of thing going on. So let's start with the sausage filling. I'll get a little bit of olive oil down in the pan and some minced garlic. That's just a couple of cloves of garlic. And we'll bring this up to about medium. And when that comes up to temp and before that garlic starts to burn, get in there with your Italian sausage. And you could use sweet Italian sausage or spicy. Doesn't matter. And you can get the recipe for this Italian sausage on the channel. There we go. Now we'll just get that nice and brown. As that's browned up, I'm breaking it up into kind of smallish chunks. I don't really want to pulverize it though. After that's browned up, I'm going to come in with a couple of teaspoons of some Italian seasoning. And Now I'm going to get in one 15-ounce can of some kind of tomato product. You can use tomato sauce or you can use tomato puree. Not sure what the difference is there. And this is a can of some crushed tomato. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my own tomatoes yet, but hopefully they're coming. Now we'll bring this up to a boil, and then I'll let it simmer for 10 minutes or so until it thickens up just a little bit. Now we're looking good. I just wanted to cook off a little bit of that water so it's not super runny. Now, I'm going to set this aside to cool off for a little while and we'll get the other filling ready. And for the next filling, I'm going to start with one 15-ounce tub of ricotta cheese. And I'll season that with some black pepper. I'm going to bring in 1/2 cup of some grated mozzarella. You can go a little extra if you like. Now I'm gonna put in some fresh basil, and I've got about 10 basil leaves here, and I'm just gonna stack them up, roll them up, and then I'll slice them once lengthwise and a whole bunch of times this way. So I got a little chiffonade of basil. Now I'm going to add in 1 egg to kind of give it a little bit of puff. And we'll just stir that together really well, and it'll be ready. All right, now let's get these stuffed. I do like to line my sheet with a little bit of parchment. Makes cleaning up a little bit easier. Now, if you've got some good olive oil, I like to rub these down. That's quite a bit. Inside and outside. But this is optional. Now we'll hit those with a little salt. And some pepper. And since I've got a bunch of basil in the garden, I like to tear up some of that fresh basil and throw it down in the bottom of these. You could sprinkle some dry basil in there or some more of that Italian seasoning. Now let's get our cheese filling down in there. I just like to bring this up till it's level with the edge of the squash. Give a nice flat surface for the sausage to sit on there. Now, we'll get right on top of there with our sausage. That looks pretty good. I've got a little bit left over here, but I imagine you can probably figure out something to do with that. Now, these go into a 375-degree oven for 45 to 55 minutes, depending on how big your squash are. Then I'll pull them out, I'll sprinkle some more cheese over the top, and we'll pop them back in the oven just long enough to melt that, and we'll be ready to go. So these have been in the oven for 50 minutes. I just want to give that squash a little poke to make sure it's tender. And it is. It's not smushy. That's good, but hey, if you like your squash smushy, go ahead and cook the heck out of it. Now, I'm just going to top it with some more of that grated cheese. Of course, some fresh mozzarella would be incredible right here. And I'll throw these back in the oven for just another 5 or 10 minutes until they get nice and melty. Oh yeah, that is looking and smelling great. But we gotta let these things cool down for a good 10 minutes before I sink my teeth into those. Well, they look pretty enough. Of course, what really matters is the taste. So let's try these out. Let's get a little. Oh yeah. All right, let's see how we did here. Very nice. Check out that bite. Oh yeah. Wow, that is real good. Whoops. Oh yeah, I love it. The squash is cooked just right for me. It's still got a little bit of tooth to it, so it's not completely mushy, but it would be pretty good if it was all mushy too, I think. Just because the toppings, the fillings, so tasty. It's like zucchini lasagna, something of that sort. The sausage, real nice. Got just enough sauce in there. And that cheese filling works perfectly. And I love all the fresh basil throughout this thing. Really delicious. This is a whole meal in one serving. It's absolutely delicious, and I'll definitely be making this every squash season going forward. So, if you're swimming in squash, maybe you ought to build yourself a boat, and I know you're gonna love it. And a special happy anniversary to Trevor and Allison. Thanks for watching.